cool looking spot actually.
I'm trying to put a square frame around my window. This will be for my blinds to attach to. It does away with the cardboard that I had sticky taped on there previously, so big step forward on the way. I just got to get this done. I've been working on it for like 2.5 days already. I've got the other side mostly made up. The frame's made up, so I'm staining it and then putting clear coat over the top. And as soon as I put the stain on, I could see all these scratches, so I had to go sand it all back again and start again. It's a bit annoying, right? So I'm trying to put a square frame on this. Now, these are basically OEM style windows, and they kind of slope down towards the front of the van, which looks cool from the outside, but on the inside it means that any square frame, I use square, it's actually rectangular, but I mean square edges, it's going to be cocked slightly downwards, right? So I'm going to try and get the top plate to follow the line of the window here, so that'll run basically like that. But the bottom line flares downwards, so it's actually 5mm taller on that end than it is on this end. But look, at the end of the day, you're not going to notice because this bit of wood will just have a 5mm slope on it. It's pretty much behind the lounge, so yeah, whatever. And then when I open the blinds, they sort of sit down there gathered up, so it's going to break all the side blinds anyway. She'll be right. I am on my 200th trip back and forward from the garage to the van, as always. Just trying to cut this profile here, but it's a 3-dimensional curve. It's very tricky. The worst part is I can't even see where I'm getting it right. Yeah, it's just all by feel. I've got to find that second layer of metal skin there so I can drill some holes in here. I think they're going to be sort of on that line there. And that ballpark. Oh man, oh, sore arms. Fingers crossed. Going in. Let's get one screw in. A bit of masking tape on the back of the wood there to catch all the metal filings. I've just got the really hard part to do now, this piece that comes down here. And again, same as the other side, I've got this little lump that comes out. Well, after much cutting with the reciprocating oscillating saw type thingy, it doesn't even come close to going in. Need to round that off at the top there. And what do we got now? Still no. Where's it hitting? Okay, in here. Now it's sitting on this lump on the outside. Try sanding it. Oh, this is going to be it. I reckon it's here. So hard, so hard. I reckon it's close enough. Right, take that out, screw this onto that, and then try fitting it in again. Hopefully most of the shaping's done now, and I can move on to the next step, whatever that happens to be. I haven't quite worked it out yet. It is very close, however, I still need to take a little bit off on the back of this corner here. I think we've got a bit of a gap behind there that I need to do something about. And then this side, of course, same sort of deal. I've got a gap there. Could this be the last trial fitment? So I've got my little side shields in place. I've been cutting those out all morning. It's now sort of almost 1 PM, and yeah, as I've said previously, everything takes forever. Huh, got it first time. Okay, need a bit of clearance cutting in there. Where's my pencil? Adjustments have been made. Here we go again. This is such a painful, never-ending process. It's just taking so long just to get these little curves and things all clearing. Oh, that wasn't in. Oh. It's getting heavier and it's hard work holding it in place and trying to jiggle it about to get these bloody screws in. I think we're fitting, okay. Right, take it out again. So my plan of attaching these blinds has kind of developed while I've been doing this. So these are the blinds that I picked up from IKEA several years ago. I've had them on there for quite a while, and they're pretty good. I like the pleated look. So they're a pleated blind rather than a roller blind type thing, and you can pull them up, which was the most important thing. I want to be able to pull them up so that I can shield out people's sight line inside the van, but still let light in across the top. They were held on with these little brackets, and I did eventually end up screwing them onto the door side because they were taped on, they kept falling off. And when I started doing the frames, my plan was just basically to put these brackets on the frame, like so, and away we go. I also had the other grander plan of actually buying proper RV blinds, but they're like $240 each, so that's like $500 worth of blinds that I have to be buying. Then I started thinking, these blinds just run on these little metal rods. Why don't I just screw holes straight into my wooden frame I've just made? Oh, my neck hurts. That's better. And just put the blinds directly into the wood. And that's why when I put these little edge shields onto the blinds to fill in the gaps around the window, I've made about a 12mm overlap, so the blind will sit in there, and then hopefully that'll be enough of a little, convoluted path for light to take that you won't be able to see it from the outside. Drilling holes through the wood sounds simple, but as always, it's not. Now what needs to happen is I need to drill a hole in there. Problem is it's right in the corner and you can't get a drill in there. So I had to run to Bunnings and buy a very long drill bit, and I'm going to have to drill through from this side here. And I've got to drill very accurately, very straight, and get that hole perfectly in that spot on that side when I start drilling from this side. I'll give it a shot and see what happens. This will be a whole lot easier if I had a drill press, and also if I drilled the holes in the header and footer before I assembled the whole thing, but it was a running change. I kind of thought about it after I got most of the way through this. I did actually just do a test drill and it didn't come out too badly. This is the cool little trick that I saw in a YouTube short. You can see on here I've put two little marks on my drill bit there. I've just drawn that on with a marker. And you get a piece of wire, bend it over like a little hook, and you sit it on your drill there. And what happens is when you're perfectly flat, that little bit of wire stays in the same spot. It doesn't move back or forward. But if you lean backwards like that, it'll run one way. If you lean forwards, it'll run the other way. I've got screws going in across here, haven't I, of course? And I've now hit one of those screws. This is something that happens to me a ridiculous amount of times when I'm putting two screws in and they end up hitting each other inside the wood. All right, I've taken the screw out from that side for now. Not bad, I'm about probably about 1 millimetre off height-wise. Width-wise, it's really good. Right, so I've got my little rod pushed down into the hole now. It has hit one of the screws that come across, but that's fine because I don't want it to move up and down anyway. So then all I've got to do is trim this down a little bit shorter on this end, and then I can poke it all the way down through. This one, coincidentally, happens to be the right length anyway. And basically once that's inside the hole, then all I need to do is insert this screw down from above, and that will lock it in place. It's actually going to look really good. And now we wait. Well, I reckon it's my 5th day now on these blinds. Oh my goodness, the amount of time it takes. It just never ceases to astound me how slow I do things. Like yesterday, really, all I had to do was cut out the two little plywood side shields, but the whole day disappeared. I did fit the blinds as well to the frames, so yeah, that took a fair bit of time, and then I stained them as well. So hopefully today I can just throw a coat of clear onto both the frames, and that'll be it. If it needs 2 coats, it's probably going to take me another day for it to dry. It'd be really nice if I could just put a coat on today, have it dry enough to reinstall tonight. What the hell? I just bought this the other day, it's all clogged up, it doesn't work. Just everything wants this to take forever. Okay. Well, look at that. The bloody spray can has sprung a leak at the nozzle and is going everywhere. It basically just dumped a whole big lump of clear on top of my job, and that's completely and utterly ruined it. I'm not happy at all. Bloody guys are mowing the grass around the estate, just like the contract type things do the entire estate. just come flying past with a leaf blower and just blowing dirt and shit all through the air, and I've got wet stuff. Well, off to Bunnings to get another tin of the varnish or clear stuff or polyurethane, whatever they like. What do you even call it these days? I don't know anymore. I'll try and return this one, which is, oh shit, it's leaking everywhere, bloody hell. Uh-oh. Oh crap, that's going to come out in the van, I hope not. The gift that never stops giving. Messed up my workpiece, it's dripped bloody varnish in the car. So big lesson to be learnt. Look at the drying times when you're buying a bloody clear sealer like this. 12 hours for recoat is just ludicrous. Had I seen that, I would not have bought that one. Although that was the cheapest one I could get, which is probably the main reason why I bought it. Always trying to get the cheapest. I don't need lots, and everything else, like a half litre jar now, half litre tin of clear is like $40 odd. It's just nuts. So anyway, that was $20. I can see why the build quality's not quite up to scratch. And just to make things worse, I've seemed to have caught a cold as well, so yeah, obviously sitting in the one place doesn't really agree with me. Right, I have a new tin of 12-hour recoat varnish. It's definitely going to need 2 coats. I can see that after the first bit that I put on there. Even with the big globules that it dumped onto my my frame there, I'm still going to need a second coat. That's another day before I can install my blinds. Won't be happening tonight. Oh my goodness. There you go, there's a good job done, even if it did take me like 10 times longer than it should have. Bloody, I can't believe it's taken me effectively a week to do that. Had a few little issues when I put it in. I found that the blind on the door here was sort of fouling a little bit, so where I drilled the hole to put the post through wasn't quite right, but that doesn't matter, it doesn't stop it working because I don't need to move the bottom rail anyway, so that's fine. The top rail's fine. So I'm not sure it's going to be completely blacked out now. There's still a little bit of a light path down through here, unfortunately, through the pleats. It's a pretty direct one as well. Anyway, never mind, that's the way it is. I could actually make up some little Z sections to go on the outsides here, and that will then enclose that a bit more fully. Potentially put a bit of foam on the inside there as well, a bit of that stick-on foam. Anyway, I'll play around with that and see how that works out. Overall, I'm happy with that. It looks beautiful, looks really good. I love the way that sort of integrates with the top and bottom headers now with the blind. That looks spot on. Anyway, there you go. The video's out late because it took me forever to do this, and now I've got some blinds back on my windows after a week of not having them. I can probably go somewhere and go and check out a few more things around the area. So I do plan to move on in the next few days and go and see some things. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in a few more days. Bye.